Welcome to Domain 1, Section 1.13, AI Security Program Development. In this session, we will walk through the practical building blocks of an AI security program. Trusting but verifying AI output, setting acceptable use policies, appointing an AI lead, running a cost-benefit analysis, adapting your cybersecurity, mandating audits, developing AI ethics, and adapting to AI's effect on society. Why does this matter beyond the exam? These are the concrete moves that turn good intentions about AI safety into an actual program. Knowing them lets you assess whether your organization's AI rollout is genuinely protected or dangerously improvised, and to advocate for the missing pieces before an incident forces the issue. Let's set the scene. Building an AI security program takes a proactive approach and continuous risk management, monitoring, policies, and controls to limit data leakage and misuse. Here is an encouraging point. AI itself can help build the program, automating routine reviews for organizations without a dedicated security chief. And bringing in a managed partner with AI expertise can strengthen defenses without ballooning the budget. The first building block is trust but verify. AI can sharpen decisions across many sectors, but a model keeps evolving, especially public third-party systems that draw from vast, unverified sources. Because these platforms are constantly updated, they are also constantly attacked. People craft jailbreaks that slip past the model's rules to force unwanted output, or even slip malicious code into the model itself. And a major AI provider suffering a data breach is no longer hypothetical. The lesson is blunt. Because AI is so open to manipulation, every output must be validated, which means building real mechanisms to review and approve AI-generated work. The second building block is designing acceptable use policies. The organization must clearly establish which uses of AI are approved and which are forbidden, then verify those rules are followed and back them with proper training and education for staff. This connects directly to the acceptable use policy we examined earlier, applied here as a security control. The third building block is designating an AI lead. A dedicated senior role for AI may eventually be needed, but even now, an organization should appoint someone, perhaps an analyst or project manager, to track how AI is evolving and to maintain a plan for the company's changing relationship with these tools. This lead should work with a diverse, cross-functional group spanning cybersecurity, privacy, legal, procurement, risk, and audit, and should document the organization's history of AI use to guide future decisions. The fourth building block is a cost-benefit analysis. Like any security measure, AI carries a real financial burden, so weighing the costs against the benefits, including the build versus buy decision, is a critical first step. When you do the maths, remember to count the cost of the security controls themselves on one side and the productivity gains and workforce optimization on the other, because a tool that seems cheap can become expensive once you secure it properly. The fifth building block is adapting and creating cybersecurity programs, and this should happen before investing heavily in AI, with past risk assessments guiding which controls to apply. Several concerns stand out: preventing intellectual property leakage, using access permissions, visibility tools, and application controls to stop valuable data walking out the door, planning for disaster recovery, incident response, and continuity, and maintaining threat intelligence by consulting recognized community sources that track the latest AI-specific threats. The sixth building block is mandating audits and traceability, especially around the model, so the organization understands where data came from and how decisions were made. 3 questions guide this. Where did the source data originate? Has that data been altered, either by the AI or by a person interacting with it? And is systemic bias creeping into the results? Being able to answer these is what makes an AI tool accountable. The 7th building block is developing a set of AI ethics, a dimension unfamiliar to many security professionals. Useful reference points exist, including the ethics recommendations published by the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, and the ethical principles adopted by various major technology firms and government bodies, which organizations can draw on when shaping their own AI policies. The eighth building block is societal adaptation, because organizations collectively shape AI's wider impact. A company facing job losses from automation can choose to retrain its people for new roles rather than simply cut them. The ripples spread further. Educators may need to redesign how they assess students. Workplaces may need to rethink performance reviews, and everyone will need to grow wise to deepfakes, AI errors, and disinformation. Even AI hiring tools must be re-examined, because a flawed one can usher unqualified candidates straight into the organization. Let's bring it all together. An AI security program is proactive and continuous, built from 8 moves. Trust, but verify every output. Set and enforce acceptable use policies. Appoint an AI lead. Run a cost-benefit analysis. Adapt your cybersecurity before you invest. Mandate audits and traceability. Develop a set of AI ethics, and help your people and society adapt. You now have the full blueprint for an AI security program. Every important topic and idea from this session is covered in the multiple choice questions on RooCloud.com. Before you move on to the next session, work through the chapter-wise questions there, because active recall is what turns a checklist into instinct. Practice first, and then move forward with confidence. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.